sad story. Oh, sad story.
Both sides of a story.
It's a sad story. Oh, sad story. Oh, sad story.
Both sides of a story. Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
A boy and his dad on a fishing trip. There is a glorious fellowship. Father and son and the open sky and the white clouds lazily drifting by and the laughing stream as it runs along with a clicking reel like a martial song, and the father teaching the youngster gay how to land fish in the sportsman's way. I fancy I hear them talking there in an open boat, and the speech is fair, and the boys learning the ways of men from the finest man in his youthful ken. Kings to the youngster cannot compare with a gentle father who's with him there, and the greatest mind of the human race for 1 minute could take his place. Which is happier, man or boy? The soul of the father is steeped in joy, for he's finding out to his heart's delight that his son is fit for the future fight. He's learning the glorious depths of him and the thoughts he thinks and his every whim, and he shall discover when night comes on how close he has grown to his little son. A boy and his dad on a fishing trip, builders of life's companionship. Oh, I envy them as I see them there under the sky in the open air, for out of the old long ago come the summer days that I used to know, when I learned life's truths from my father's lips, as I shared the joy of his fishing trips.
Both sides of a story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
In case you're wondering if something is fishy, it is International Fishermen's Day. Let's give a listen to this one.
Special dedication. Special dedication to all fishermen. Oh, oh, I'm Mr. Fisherman. I'm Mr. Fisherman. I'm Mr. Fisherman. Mr. Fisherman. Yes, go to the shore. It's a storm they pass see. Oh, it ain't looking as good. Oh, no. All through the life, it's a fisherman you can't enter. When Cali go to your head, nothing no sweet like fish and bread. So we all are singing a song so fisherman. I beg you roll along. Oh, oh, me so fisherman. Oh, me so fisherman. Yeah, 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 yeah. In this time of shortage, the farmer is having a hard time. Needing dinosaur, I'm thinking I can kind of sure. So we are depending on you, Mr. Fisherman. I beg you, please. Oh yes, I'm oh, Mr. Fisherman. Oh, Mr. Fisherman. Yes, go to the shore.
You're listening there to Sugar Minot on Fisherman, and he wasn't the only one who did a fisherman song. We're going to come to another one in a moment, but let's greet you straight away in the interest of time. It's the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages. It's the 29th day of the 6th month, or we should say the 29th and penultimate day of the 6th month of 2023, the International Year of Millets. A millet is a cereal grown in warm countries and regions with poor soils, bearing a large crop of small seeds which are chiefly used to make flour. 2023 is also the International Year of Dialogue as a guarantee of peace. Put another way, it's the 29th day of the first month of the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. In this Disaster Risk Reduction Month, Road Safety Awareness Month, Brides Month, and Pride Month. In the United States, it's the penultimate day of National Immigrant Heritage Month, National Caribbean American Heritage Month, and Caribbean Cuisine Month. Still in the US, June is being observed as Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, Cataract Awareness Month, Myasthenia Gravis Awareness Month, Aphasia Awareness Month, Congenital Cytomegalovirus Awareness Month, Migraine and Headache Awareness Month, National Safety Month, Scleroderma Awareness Month, Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder, PTSD Awareness Month, Scoliosis Awareness Month, and Men's Health Month. It's Independence Day in the Seychelles, a special holiday in Central Province in the Solomon Islands, and it's Saints Peter and Paul Day. And that's the correct reference, not Saint Peter and Paul. It's two of them, Saints Peter and Paul. So it's Saints Peter and Paul Day around the world, from Bulgaria to Colombia, Costa Rica and Italy, from Malta to Peru, San Marino and Spain, from Switzerland to the Vatican City-State and Venezuela. It's International Fishermen's Day. Hoy es jueves, el 29 de junio 2023. Y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa, Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado, porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos.
106 FM. The time is now
2:15.
Education plays a critical role in the lives of poor young people. At the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies, we ensure financially challenged students across the Caribbean are given
Chronic illness such as diabetes, asthma, or heart disease are at a high risk for complications from the flu. Get the flu vaccine today. Visit your nearest health center and ask to be vaccinated. The flu is no joke.
Road cleaning. Who's responsible for repairing my road and when will it be done? Join us this and every Tuesday morning at 8 during Morning Agenda as we travel on our roads with the National Works Agency and get answers to these and other concerns. You're welcome to visit their website at www.nwa.gov.jm. See the tender notices link for projects to be undertaken. You may also call them toll-free at 1-888-429-5NWA. That's 1-888-429-5692. Or follow them on Twitter at NWA_JA and Facebook at www.facebook.com/NWA Jamaica. The National Works Agency, developing safe, reliable, and quality roads.
C'est jeudi le 29 juin 2023 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Thursday, the 29th of June, the 29th and penultimate day of the month of June, 2023, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices, and that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. So, on this International Fishermen's Day, we're going to share with you those who missed it the first time. Going to share with you a poem that speaks to a boy and his father, and the extent to which the fishing trip or trips contribute to a level of molding and shaping and growing this young man, helping him to mature from father to son. So the piece is entitled A Boy and His Dad, and it's by Edgar Albert Guest, Guest. Edgar Albert Guest, a piece entitled A Boy and His Dad. A boy and his dad on a fishing trip. There is a glorious fellowship. Father and son and the open sky, and the white clouds lazily drifting by, and the laughing stream as it runs along with the clicking reel like a martial song, and the father teaching the youngster gay how to land a fish in the sportsman's way. I fancy I hear them talking there in an open boat, and the speech is fair, and the boy is learning the ways of men from the finest man in his youthful ken. Kings to the youngster cannot compare with a gentle father who's with him there, and the greatest mind of the human race not for 1 minute could take his place. Which is happier, man or boy? The soul of the father is steeped in joy, for he's finding out to his heart's delight that his son is fit for the future fight. He is learning the glorious depths of him and the thoughts he thinks and his every whim. And he shall discover when night comes on how close he has grown to his little son. A boy and his dad on a fishing trip, builders of life's companionship. Oh, I envy them as I see them there under the sky in the open air. For out of the cold, old long ago, come the summer days that I used to know, when I learned life's truths from my father's lips, as I shared the joy of his fishing trips.
So you can roll me some fisherman roll. I want to go hungry, really be on the shore. I need some food as I was saying. Do the jack. Flip the sound and leave the way coming down the bed. In no fisherman style. Ain't no swine. Oh, fisherman roll. So you can roll me some fisherman roll. Some fisherman roll. What's my hungry ready on the shore? Give the man some food for the king, y'all. But if I'm faithful, keep his mouth shut, the boat will never get caught by what was I was saying. When I need some fish and I'm a fish, so bring in the fish with some fish, I might bring them in. When it's man started, and Max started, I'm a love big fat snappers, I would say. So bring the ride home without taking me to vision, my bring them in. Hey, Japanese want some sushi in the fish. And I love some wood with steamed fish. Go into the girl, go into the fish. Go into the fish, man, go. When if I'm hungry, better feed me on the show. I make kids need some food. So no matter if we do food, make the fish, man, bringing them food. But then me know say it from out the sea. Oh, glad to come in safely. So you will bring them the fishermen, so fishermen keep on rolling them out. Yeah, you know. I might love some steam stuff, while some people love some Welshman, as I'm saying. While other people love some little back is how it's so you will bring them food with some fishermen, bring them in. Yes, I'm a glad to come in. You can roll with them food with some fishermen, just roll them in. Yeah, you know. I man love some steam snapper. Why my friend loves some steam wedge man. Whoa, there's some fisherman a woman from me with the food. Yeah, so you can go, there's a fisherman who go. Uncle Belly making it out the show. I'm bringing them the fisherman, the fisherman, I beg you bring them in. Come in, fisherman, I said the home is a fisherman who go. Well, if Uncle Belly making it out the show. So bringing them the picture means a fisherman, I bring them in, as I was saying. See the jack said that if a fish would keep his mouth shut, he would never get caught. Yeah, but a fish I would have keep his mouth shut, he would never get caught. Yeah, you know. But I see the Japanese want some sushi. Feel me like a bring them in some booty. So you feel wrong as a fisherman, I make you beg to go in their boat.
Listening there to another song paying tribute to the fisherman. The first one you heard earlier on was by Sugar Minot, and it's called Mr. Fisherman. And the second one by the Congos featuring U Roy, and it's simply titled Fisherman. So it's International Fishermen's Day, and we're paying tribute to the fisher folk, male and female, paying tribute to you on a day like today. Thank you so much for doing the right things as far as practical, legal fishing is concerned. We hope you'll continue to be quite correct in keeping with the guidelines and the regulations. That's important. And those who properly dispose of the waste and just doing the right thing. As fisher folk, those who have been doing the right thing, long may you continue to do the right thing. So salute to the fisher folk here in Jamaica, from Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora, and we celebrate our fisher folk across the length and breadth of Jamaica, land we love. Thank you for feeding us, and we trust that you will continue to have a productive experience as far as fishing is concerned. Welcome if you're just tuning in, and thank you for listening to us here on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Welcome those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those listening and watching on Facebook Live by virtue of the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. What's on your mind this afternoon? Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the One Spot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Let's clear some messages right now. Hello to Jeannie Chambers. Good afternoon to you too. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine. Welcome. Hello to Norman Hines in St. Thomas. Natalie Winter says, great afternoon all. Listening from wet weather, Washington Gardens. Have a great day, says Natalie Winter. Inez Ayona Campbell says, good afternoon, everyone. Sir Dervan, I thought I was losing myself yesterday, but I'm grateful for the radio station app so I could listen. Wonderful program yesterday. Well, we're happy you were able to, because we weren't in a position to do the usual live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Sorry about that. Good to be back. But yes, you can listen to us on the app, the Power 106 FM app. And even if the signal where you are is down, you would still be receiving the stream. So there's a plus there. Well, one of the pluses, I would imagine, of listening to us on the app Inez. So Inez Ayona Campbell was expressing herself. Good afternoon to one of my brothers, Orain Malcolm. You're very kind, bro. Thank you very much for your message. Sharon Richards says, blessed good afternoon to you, Sir Malcolm, and all listeners. One love to you too, Sharon Richards in Savannah, Lamara, Westmoreland. Hubert Fowlin says, good afternoon to Mr. Dervan, Malcolm, and his listening audience. Have a blessed weekend. Same to you and yours, Hubert Fowlin. Fitzroy Sanderson says, good day, sir. Good day to you too. Thank you for tuning in. Andrea Brown Coot says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Andrea Brown Coot. Thank you very much for tuning in and making it both sides of the story here on Paro 106 FM. Over on YouTube, we have Karen Rowe. She says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm and listeners. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of the day. Same to you. Thank you very much. And all the very best on this International Fisherman's Day. We haven't checked in yet with the WhatsApp number 876-365-3346. Let's see what's up on WhatsApp. Let's do a quick survey. And all right, let's go to the phone lines. 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, my professor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Carter.
Yeah, good afternoon to all your listeners from the Galena Point to Moran Point.
Thank you on their behalf. Yes.
Mr. Malcolm, the Hungarian president,
Mm-hmm.
a man named Orban. So he stepped forward and telling the world now that there is neither peace nor prosperity in the Eurozone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in karma, Mr. Malcolm?
Who did you say the president was?
Mr. Orban. He's from Hungary, the Hungarian president. Orban. Orban.
It's interesting that you should say that, because I did a quick search for president of Hungary, and I'm seeing Katalin Novak, who took office on the 10th of May 2022, the first woman to hold the presidency.
Well, if it's not Hungary, I'll correct it when I come back on the line. But his name is Orban, a president in one of the European countries.
I know the name, actually, Viktor Orban.
Yeah, and he's saying that there is neither peace nor prosperity in the Eurozone. And he says that is a conflict that go way back when the American government overthrew the elected Ukrainian government. And that the government that is in Ukraine now is a puppet government of the West.
Oh, okay. So I see the difference here now. Right. So Viktor Orban is the prime minister of Hungary.
I come to your table for the truth.
The president is Katalin Novak, but Viktor Orban is the prime minister.
Mr. Malcolm.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you something that's a big man thing, see?
Uh-huh.
A lot of old people now all over the globe, they can't retire. And you know what is messing them up? A thing called rent, especially in Europe and in England, in the whole Eurozone. They say the old people cannot pay rent.
Yeah, that's been happening for a very long time, actually. People just work until they died. And a lot of them just dying in poverty.
Mr. Malcolm.
Yes.
You know why God called you man?
Why?
Man means management.
Mm-hmm.
And I read an article here from one of my magazines entitled Power of the People. Now it says that a great professor named Henry Fiol,
yes,
he said that managers perform 5 main functions: forecast and planning, organize, command, coordinate, and control. Now you tell me now, Mr. Malcolm. Rent, would you classify people who pay rent as homeless?
No,
Why
not in the original meaning of homeless. No.
You know that where I live in Portmore, you see? The Dublin rent over there. There were a lot of people who came back for the houses during COVID, especially from the Bahamas. And what they are finding out in Portmore is that while they were in the Bahamas, especially those who take care of old sick people, they call them caregivers.
Yes.
When they work in the Bahamas and work as caregivers and buy the house in Portmore, they get paid for just the caregiving. If the employer wants them to go and cook or do house cleaning, they have to pay them separate in the Bahamas.
Yes.
But in Jamaica here, when they come back, they have to do everything for less money when compared to Bahamas. And you know what they do over there? They're doubling the rent, especially on the old people.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a rule? There's a rule to how much money you can put on rent in Jamaica, Professor Malcolm?
I am not sure if that is so. I don't know what it is. What but clearly there would have to be some standards.
I'm going to tell you what I find.
Uh-huh.
You cannot raise rent by more than 7%.
Oh, and that information is where? Who's saying that? The rent board?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you cannot raise the rent more than 7%?
No, unless, and when you raise the rent,
Mm-hmm.
you can substantiate to the occupier why you raise the rent. And you can't just raise rent and double rent in Portmore. You don't make any addition to the infrastructure or better standard of living or good living, better living condition for the tenant. And that is what is pushing a lot of the pensioners underwater, Mr. Malcolm.
But just stay with us there for a moment. I just brought up the word homelessness.
Yes.
So it's defined as living in housing that is below the minimum standard or lacks secure tenure. So the tenure is important. Secure tenure. People can be characterized or categorized as homeless if they are living on the streets. If you're living on the streets, that is regarded as primary hopelessness. If you are moving between temporary shelters, including houses of friends, family, and emergency accommodation, that is called secondary homelessness.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Yes, yeah. If you're living in private boarding houses without a bathroom, this one I didn't realize they would have gone this far, but essentially the other element is living in private boarding houses without a private bathroom or security of tenure. That is called tertiary homelessness.
You know, so Mr. Malcolm, you know that we have to get rid of 3 types of slaves in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
The rent slave, the sex slave, and the working poor. I'm going to tell you, Mr. Malcolm, there's a law that's coming in force soon about the sexual act.
Sexual Harassment Act?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Malcolm, you ever studied the black widow spider, the female type?
I think if you weren't the person, another caller, I think we have talked about this on air before.
Well, you ever tell the man them something? You ever say something to the male, the African male?
Yes.
Because we are endangered, Mr. Malcolm. The law that rule pristine capitalism, Mr. Malcolm, it rule under law. Pristine capitalism, like what is practiced in Jamaica. It rules under a law named the law of compound interest. That's how banks make their money and financial institutions. The law that governs us on earth, that holds us to the earth, is named the law of gravity. You see, when females, like how females outperforming males in the education sector, as outlined by the recent PEP result, and female elevating themselves above males, you see, when pension time comes and homelessness set in, it will affect the African male. So I'm telling the males, including myself, make sure you have what is known as an inner circle of good families and good friends, because you see the sexual act that they're going to pass soon. A lot of men who have any tender loving care around here, Mr. Malcolm.
One moment, please. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, and taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. Back with you, Mr. Carter.
Yes, Mr. Malcolm, I'm just telling the African males that tender loving will be scarce around here. And I'm going to tell you some SWOT analysis that I'm doing in Africa as I go along, you see? A lot of old fields in Africa because of the minimum wage, they're laying off workers, especially the females, you see.
When is that happening?
It's a work in progress, Mr. Malcolm. It's happening all over Africa.
Why? The reason why I'm asking is because there's a shortage of labor in the country, apparently. If you pay attention, you will see numerous hiring signs of people being encouraged to sign up for job openings.
Yes, those are all over the retail and wholesale in Africa. But apart from that, a lot of the business suffering from commercial rent increase and the minimum wage, you see. And the average minimum, you think a minimum wage man, Mr. Malcolm, earning $13,000 a week for an 8-hour week. That man, you think he deserves a good wife?
It doesn't take money to deserve a good wife.
In Jamaica, me talking now, Mr. Malcolm.
I don't get that connection. Come again.
Mr. Malcolm, in Jamaica, if you don't have any money, you're in trouble, you know.
So the money will lead you to the good wife?
Money lead you to the honey, yes.
Oh.
And Mr. Malcolm, where I live in Portmore. It's the largest productive center in Portmore in terms of what they call cash turnover. It's the back road economy, you know. You know that, Mr. Malcolm? And Portmore, I tell you, is fast becoming a ghetto because Portmore is not managed by the mayor over there. And when you get all in Portmore, Mr. Malcolm, the average to live a standard life in Portmore, you're going to have to be earning $150,000 a month. Minimum to live a good, decent life in Portmore. And you know that the average pension in Portmore is about...
But the value of that money is likely to be less in terms of inflation and related matters.
Yes, Mr. Professor. Because look here, when you retire, you know, they cut your salary by about 3/4 of your salary, and they estimate that you live between 20 and 30 years. So all this, everybody who's throwing NHT, you know, Mr. Malcolm, we need to put pressure on the government and put it on Andrew Holness' job description, or whoever is Prime Minister. Put it on the Minister of Housing job description that once they take $1 out of your money to NHT, you need to get a house before you get it. You can't have Mr. Malcolm.
Well, it has to be more systematic than that. It has to be more thought out than that in terms of getting the people contributing, getting the most of their contributions not in their dying years, but within a reasonable time when they can actually live some life, as the song says, before we old.
Thank you, because life must not be a dull movement from the room to the tomb, Professor.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. Like, no. Why I work? I work for food, clothes, shelter, and tender loving care. And you know, part of my work that needs Mr. Malcolm, every day I do at least an hour voluntary work.
That's very good.
Oh, God. So when you see some voluntary work when I do, Mr. Malcolm, that's all when I sleep, I'm going to wake up at 4:30 and I meditate. I just say, never, oh, this feels sweet. You know, say, boy, look on the status of this parents here, how she ran at the graduation and look so sweet beside her daughter. Because she get the school of her child. Who's going to work for the minimum wage earner, Mr. Malcolm? Who? Who's going to work for the minimum wage earner? The minimum wage earner who live like down in the belly. Yeah. A big city.
Well, in every section, every area of a population, every cohort, no matter how poor a particular cohort is, or whether perceived or real, there are always layers and levels. So the saying that says every time you think that that your experience is the worst, rest assured that there's someone else. Like you get the point we're making.
Yeah, Mr. Malcolm, you know that in Pick City, in Ratbat City, the average rent, the median rent, is $46,000 a month. And most of the people live in tenant yard. And I'll tell you something about these tenants. A lot of these tenants, especially the males, and them keep the landscape in Cherry Garden and in New Kingston and in Beverly Hills sharp because they take the bus at daytime. And some of them ride go up in the hills. But the landscape, you know.
But listen to this now. Why is it then that downtown, in a manner of speaking, can't look like uptown? Because if you have these talented people who are already in the field doing outstanding work, nicely manicured lawns, etc., etc., why can't they do that in the areas, in the communities that are usually referred to as below crossroads?
We never leave you with this. Because you see, we have a set of people who we call member of parliament. We need to change that MP status to managing people. I mean, and we need to set what is known as a job specification for all of them, all 63 of them, to put them qualification in the newspaper. Both the Observer and the Gleaner. I mean, to see how qualified you are in terms of management. How you manage people. You're not managing nothing. Professor, you know that the minimum wage that the security them getting, most of them get them increased here, Professor. I'm proud to report that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what they are threatening with? That they might be cutting off time to come, cutting their hours that they work. You know them strategies there?
Well, it's a possibility because if you have access to electronic security, then you could eliminate a few people who.
When you eliminate the female and she come back in a big city, what do you think that female energy in terms of the law of attraction, which female are governed by, and the power of our sexuality, what do you think that's going to do to the normal African male? And
well, we don't necessarily want to stereotype the females in that regard. We would like to think that there are well, we can't tell people how to live their lives, and
we can put them in a system that forces them to live a certain way. You can set a trap for them, you know.
Yeah, well, and then it would depend on whether the person actually falls into that trap. If the person is smart enough, that person might escape that trap. There are some communities that are like that as well. There are traps, and you feel like Jimmy Cliff, Trapped, that song.
Where I live, Mr. Malcolm, I'm going to leave you with this. And I hope I'm not being presumptuous. You see, where I live, in Portmore, Independent City, it's not really independent anymore, you know. Free sex is rape, yeah? All the best to you, my professor.
All right. Thank you for the call. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello? Oh, that person got tired of holding. All right, let's go to David Crosburn, who has been waiting for 16 minutes. Make that 17 minutes now. And overhearing my private conversations on this side of the glass. It's a good thing I my business is wide open. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Crosburn.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Mr. Malcolm, and to all your listeners.
Welcome.
Just with Neville's passion about Greenwich Farm. I'd like just to share this with him, and maybe it could be a starting point to bring about the change that is desirous to see there. Greenwich Farm contributes significantly to global development.
1 second. Are we hearing a disconnected phone somewhere? Just checking. All right. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying Greenwich Farm has contributed significantly to global development.
That's a big statement. Let's unpack that now. That's a big statement.
Yeah, it is.
Let's go.
Greenwich Farm, the Greenwich Farm Sugar Estate in St. Andrew was the first place on the globe where steam was used in a manufacturing process.
Tell us some more after the break, please. 1 moment.
Contractors, developers, and small builders. Contact Coast to Coast Group of Companies for high-quality concrete products. The time by Coast to Coast Group of Companies is
3 o'clock.
Both sides of the story. Do you property worth? Tune in to Bowie with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 3:30 p.m. for The NLA and You, a program that examines the National Land Agency's role in building an efficient Jamaicans. That's The NLA and You sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm every last Tuesday. National Land Agency. One agency, one goal, committed to serve you better. Both sides of the story. As part of the Homewood Pass Students Association's Homecoming Reunion 2023, this Friday, June 30, will be observed as Homewood Day. Join Power 106 FM from 2 to 5 p.m. for an outside broadcast of Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm on the grounds of Homewood Technical High School in Manchester for coverage of Homewood Day. This broadcast is brought to you by Past Students Association, VW Investments, Atmore Funeral Home, Ramsey's Auto Parts Limited, Campbell's Office Supplies, Sips Water Company, Relexo Enterprises Limited, and FB Food Supplies. Story this Friday, June 30, from Home 106 FM.
I'm on love some Steve Stopper. My friend loves some Steve Witchman.
On this International Fishermen's Day, thank you very much for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Yes, David Crosburn, about to tell us about the wealth of Greenwich Town, otherwise known as Greenwich Farm, otherwise known as Greenwich Estate.
Yes. It's mentioned in 2 books, Noel Deere's History of Sugar, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This book is out of print. It was done somewhere about 1949. An Indian sugar historian. He documented it through pictures of the invention. However, the Australian who wrote the book, Jamaica Surveyed. I don't know if you have a copy of that book, Jamaica Surveyed.
Of living. Don't they do one periodically? The survey. Are you talking about the survey of living conditions?
No.
Oh.
Book named Jamaica Surveyed.
Oh, Jamaica Surveyed. Yes.
But I think a man from Australia. He used to teach. He was a lecturer
at UWI.
In his book, Jamaica Surveyed, there's a copy of the patent and a diagram of the invention at Greenwich Farm. At the time when the invention came into, it brought down the price of production in an existing sugar mill.
And tell us, just back up a bit and tell us about the invention itself, please.
The invention was to use steam into a manufacturing process. So it was a special machine that he invented. The
To
patent,
generate steam.
Yes.
Oh.
And we were the first place in the world to use steam in a manufacturing place.
Understood.
Manufacturing process. Yes. It's set out in the book I'm telling you about. But the interesting thing, I think some time ago I sent a copy to your station. And
a copy of what?
A gentleman up in, I can send you a copy of it.
The book?
I'll arrange and send you a copy.
Are you talking about the book or a document? Or some other document?
Well, I could lend you my own Jamaica survey.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to borrow your only copy of the book. I wouldn't want to do that. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yes.
But when he did it, when he made the intervention, he brought down the price of production in sugar production by 1,000 pounds per annum.
Because the energy, the source of energy was not petrol or oil or any one of those. This was steam powered production.
Yes. Definitely. And that was in an existing factory. But if you should build a new factory and install his invention, you would have saved 1,500 pounds. 1,500 pounds. So impressive was the invention. But the thing is, where it came in extremely beneficial to the globe was that it came at a time when when they made the change from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar in somewhere about 1750. What has happened when they made that change? All this I'm telling you, it's not documented, but it's based on my research. I found out, and based on what you contributed to my research, because at one time you mentioned from your reading that the number of sugar estates in Westmoreland declined from 70 to somewhere about 40 in the 1750s. But that came about because of the change of the Gregorian calendar. Because what happened when they made that change? August 4, 1750 was followed by August 14. They took out 10 days of the year. And then the year used to be ended in March, but they reduced the end of year to December as of 1751. So in actual fact, it wasn't a full year, it was an 80% year. So what that 3 months did is similar to what happened in the COVID year, because of the reduction of all the companies, several companies, overnight, they find themselves with an extended amount of debt. Their debt portfolio increased significantly. For example, at Word Park, which began operating in 1760, overnight, their debt required 2,500 years to repay. That is recorded in the Word Park Tricentenary Book of 1970. If you read it, I have a copy of that. Copy is at the archives. If anyone should read the Word Park book, it's a book that no parliamentarian should go into Parliament and don't read that Word Park book. 70, where they document everything from 1670 to 1970. When the toll road came there, everybody was jumping up. Toll road was in Jamaica for the first time. No, because in that book, in the World Park book, it tells you about a toll road that ran from Passageport to Angels.
There was one in Clarendon. There's a toll road in Clarendon. There was also a toll road at the intersection, well, at Matilda's Corner. That used to be a toll road as well.
Definitely. And also there was one in Westmoreland. In Westmoreland, in the capital of Westmoreland.
Savannah Lamar.
Savannah, you're right. There was a toll road there as well. But interestingly, the one that I'm speaking about now from Passageport to Ferry, that was the one that caused the greatest trouble in Jamaica. The people rise up against it, and the government was to repay the investor the amount that he invested and scrap it. All the information is at the UWI library. They have the full details of that up there. But I just say that to say to Neville that that's a starting point that they could use to upgrade Greenwich Farm, because I think with Petrojam and those companies, they could give a practical illustration of the steam. And a lot of companies around the world are interested in steam. And it could be form a link with even in Texas. Texas is very strong on steam. There's a university there. They dedicate all their works toward steam. They know developing steam from nanotechnology, which we shouldn't let behind at Greenwich Farm with that, If the Petrojam and the Petrojam could take an interest in it, And finally, just before closing, with the ward theatre, I hear a lot of people complaining and saying ward theatre. I totally agree with them. They don't know what is there. The gentleman, Mr.
Colonel Charles James Ward, former Custos of Kingston.
Yeah. And he owned the Monimus Canal. He owned Monimus Sugar Factory from 1880s, right until his death in about 1880s. About 1916, he died. And then Monimus began to operate as the estate of Colonel C.J. Ward. And importantly, while he owned Monimus, there was a significant development. Monimus at the time had the largest distillery in Jamaica. And he had some connection with Appleton. And the distiller from Monimus was sent to Appleton, and the other.
What about his relationship? Didn't he have a relationship with John Ray as well? John Ray, the wheelwright from St. Anne, who is the nephew in J. Ray and nephew.
Ray and nephew. Yes, you're correct. And also, right at this moment, there's a gentleman by the name of Fox. He is interned at the Alley Church in Clarendon, St. Peter's Anglican Church. He was interned there. He was the manager for C.J. Ward. And I'm thinking, when you go to Alley Church now and look at where the internment and the contribution of those persons. You see your heart cry out because, and if the thing is properly packaged, and some people will come in and contribute, to uplift the thing, because the distillery presently at Money Musk Distillery right at this time, it's linked with the Demerara spirits of Guyana, and the Demerara spirit in Guyana is doing extremely well. So there should be some initiative for them to make a contribution towards the upliftment of both.
Yes, it's something we have discussed before in general terms, but more precisely as it relates to the Ward Theatre. But we're gonna have to leave it there. So let's leave it there for now. Thank you very much for the call. All the best.
All the very best. And now, before you go, one final thing. I spoke with Mr. Combs. It was so interesting. It's unimaginable.
That's good.
2 minutes of us speak.
Tell us about it another time. Tell us about it another time. We have to go to the break.
Wonderful.
All right, good. Take care.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15. Transferring a motor vehicle is a legal matter. True. Very legal too. Welcome to another episode of Make We Talk Tax question and answer segment. Today we seek answers to frequently asked questions about motor vehicle transactions. Our guest today is Latoya Atlan Harris, Taxpayer Service Manager. Latoya, welcome. Thank you. The first question, Latoya. If I am selling my motor vehicle, am I required to visit the same tax office where I obtained the original title? No, Leslie. When selling your motor vehicle, the original title, registration, certificate of fitness, and your ID can be presented at any tax office, after which the title and documents can be given to the new owner. So what are the IDs that are accepted? Your passport, driver's license, or national ID. Okay, great. And what is the procedure for replacing lost, stolen, or destroyed motor vehicle documents, such as the certificate of fitness and the motor vehicle registration certificate? To replace your motor vehicle documents, there are 5 steps. 1. Purchase a lost document fee at any tax office. Step 2. Present the fee to the police for police letters to be issued. Step 3. Take in police letters received, along with your ID, to any tax office. Step 4. The printout for certificate of fitness must be taken to Island Traffic Authority. And step 5. Return to tax office with your certificate of insurance for a duplicate registration certificate to be issued. Oh, great. 5 simple steps. But what is the lost document fee? The current lost document fee is $2,500. Oh. And if I purchase a motor vehicle and the car documents were lost before transferring was done, can I apply for the replacement documents? Yes, ma'am, you can. Once Section 1 of the title is signed off by the seller and accepted by a tax office, and once your name appears at Section 2, and you present the police letters to us and a receipt to verify proof of purchase, then the replacement of the documents will be facilitated. Oh, okay. And let's say my motor vehicle title has 2 owners, but one owner is, let's say for instance, overseas or just unavailable. Can the title be transferred with just one owner present? No, Leslie. Transferring a motor vehicle is a legal matter. True. Very legal too. When transferring a motor vehicle that has 2 registered owners, both owners must be present. Okay. However, in the event that one party is unavailable, a notarized letter and a notarized copy of the absent party's ID must be received. The authorization letter must then be taken to stamp office and the Registrar General's Department to be duly registered before completing the transfer at a tax office. Oh, and this can be done at any tax office? Yes, any tax office is fine. Thank you for tuning in to Make We Talk Tax. For further queries, contact our customer care center at 888 Tax Help. That is 888-829-4357. Or visit our website at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. Tax Administration Jamaica, we are changing the way we do business by working together to serve you even better.
Importers, shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
What new wheels? Massive Used Parts and Car Sales is an authorized dealer for used Japanese engines and body parts for a wide range of motor vehicles. Located at 158 Main Street, Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Massive Used Parts and Car Sales, giving you quality parts at affordable prices. 876-298-6413 and 876-974-7197.
In no fisherman style, ain't no swine. Oh, it's a road. We all know. Say your roll is a fisherman roll. It's a fisherman career. You are hungry for your shore. Everyone some food for the kid, y'all.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
It's time for the moon.
You sound as if you're in hiding. We're not hearing you so clearly.
I said it's time for the moon.
Oh, give thanks. Yes.
Wagwan, Christian.
Tell me now, Christian.
Well, I say it's up there, you know.
You sound a little confused, though. I thought you would have been more clearer than that.
You don't outside that man.
No, I'm just saying you're not sure if you're Ethiopian, Christian, or Jamaican, much less African.
Don't say a church is our umbrella. A church is down at the UK then.
Oh, you sound so nervous. You're afraid that they might use up all the reparation money and you don't get any?
Oh, my father is rich. In house and land, he won the wealth of the world in his hand. You know? Of rubies and gold, silver and gold is wealth are untold, you know? So, we give thanks to see the church, you know, as a market a Christian, you know. Come on, if you go to the Methodist, or you go to the Baptist, or you're Anglican, you know, you're an African, you know. So we see the church, when you got to nothing about Africa, educate the people or them members towards.
But you're not listening to Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh says, no matter where you come from, you're an African.
You not listen to
Peter Tosh.
Oh, we are speaking the words of our honorable black philosopher, you know.
Mm.
So we can speak it in any way uprightly, you know.
But he's taking a different. He took position than you're taking now, because he was saying in the song, no matter where you come from, you are an African.
Yeah. So
Do you understand? I think essentially the point he was making was
like when you're born in a Jamaica,
no. Hold on. The point I think he was making has
Like
to do with the Africa as the center of the birthplace of civilization.
oh, the Rasta man is talking to you now, you know.
Yeah.
That is not a ballet speech was word, you know. He's a Rasta man, you know. So may I
Yeah.
say, I and I born here in Jamaica, no matter where we're born, you know. We are an African, like what they married a little thing in said, UK born Jamaican, and UK born when they become Jamaican. That may I tell you, say, you could have been born anywhere, you know.
No, but what if you have a parent who is Jamaican? That makes you Jamaican if you are from the stock of someone who was born in Jamaica.
1 minute, let me call. Let me just type my opinion before we go away.
We can call you back.
Because the operator coming from me go away.
All right, let's see if we can. We have your number quickly. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. Let's. Do we still. Hello? Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
It's not coming, it's coming up down.
Oh, so the ship is coming?
Oh, it's surely coming, man.
Really? Where is it now?
Eh?
Where is it now?
In Ghana and in Europe and all these European nations who enslaved them to provide transportation to and depart home. We are demanding these rights, you know, the way them done unto us. Transatlantic slavery, and we then continue to do under Commonwealth, work out the people, you know. So we calling up on.
So how is that possible and you're no longer enslaved? I don't get it.
We are no longer what?
We're no longer enslaved physically. So how is it?
And we just on plantation Jamaica, yeah. Dervan, where you say.
No, that's not my name. That's you're talking about. That's a South African township, Dervan, South Africa.
From like that, we go link it up with the African.
No, my name is spelled Dervan.
All right, Dervan.
That's right. Boom, boom, boom.
So me I say the country we calling upon Commonwealth and CARICOM leaders like Andrew Olney, you know, and my honorable colleagues them who run for the reparation bandwagon. Remember, them state out in after them 10-point plan, repatriation at the third point, you know? So we calling upon the church and the state here in Jamaica, you know, like how them can run for reparation, we are calling upon them, you know, to provide transportation to I, black sons and daughters, who them take out to Africa.
But why are you so trusting that they're going to safely take you to where you want to go as opposed to taking you somewhere else?
Oh, remember, we have a savior, you know, and a leader, you know. With Christ in the vessel, he will smile at the storm. For the life for sailing on international security up the Nile. Now look at you up here.
So who's going to organize that?
Who's going to organize that?
Yes.
We are demanding these rights.
We have been demanding for years and nothing is happening. So how are you? What's the fix? How are you going to move it forward?
The man saying 1 hour is a 1 hour judgment. In 1 hour, Babylon gone down. You tell them one. 1 hour time. You know, Britain and America, France and all these European nations gone down, you know, bring them down to dust, you know, throw them down and to us, you know, destroy us as a black and well kingdom of people, you know. So we're calling up on Prime Minister Andrew Holmes. We want a pan-African black population need the banner, the red, gold and green and the red, black and green banner.
Remember to fill us in. Let's leave it there for now. Fill us in once you have made another move, because you haven't made any significant moves yet. So when you make another move, let us know. Keep us updated so that we don't miss the ship. All right. Thank you very much for the call. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Hello to Rachel Graham. Good to see you online. Thank you very much for joining us. She says, listening now. Good afternoon, Dervan, and to all the listeners. Have a lovely day. Same to you, Rachel. Faye Weller says, blessed afternoon, Mr. Dervan, and faithful listeners. Blessed afternoon to you too, Faye Weller. Thank you. Velta Wilson, welcome. Good to see you. Andrea Brown Coote is also online. Thank you, Andrea. Let's see. Sean Patrick Young says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. To you too, Sean Patrick Young. Karen Rowe, blessings to you too. Galloway Kevin says, greetings coming from St. Elizabeth, Mr. Dervan, Malcolm, and the Power 106 family. Congratulations to you and all saints. Asha Ash says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Just tuning in from London, England. Welcome, Asha Ash in London, England. Galloway Kevin says, persons cheating I of my reward in so many ways. Their foot will surely slip in due time, as it is written. God knows, says Galloway Kevin. Sorry to hear of your situation. Thank you for sharing nonetheless. Lisa Brown Campbell says, Ras Lloyd should spend more time singing. Jokes aside, though, I enjoy hearing him. He makes me smile, says Lisa Brown Campbell. Look at the time. One moment, please.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs-controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 711. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:32 on Power 106.
Welcome to Your Legal Corner on Power 106 FM, your source of information for all matters regarding U.S. immigration. Call in with your questions and concerns on 876-922-41125. You can send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598. Time now for Your Legal Corner during Both Sides of the Story, right here on Power 106 FM.
Indeed, it is a Thursday afternoon, just after 3:30, and that means time for Your Legal Corner, where we take your calls and messages in relation to U.S. immigration matters with our host, Mrs. Delia Walker Huntington, U.S.-based immigration attorney, principal of the law offices of Delia A. Walker, PA, in Hollywood, Florida. She practices in the areas of immigration, family, international, criminal, and personal injury law. Delia Walker Huntington is also a family law and county court mediator, arbitrator, and diversity and inclusion consultant. And the numbers to call this afternoon for matters related to U.S. immigration, any matter at all that you have with respect to U.S. immigration, this is the place, this is the time. Here are the numbers: 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The WhatsApp line is the same as the text line for Power 106, 876-279-8598. That's the WhatsApp number for Your Legal Corner with Delia Walker Huntington, 876-279-8598. Good afternoon, Miss Dahlia. How are you?
Good afternoon, Dervan. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm maybe not as well as you, but well enough.
It's all relative. It's all relative.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us as usual. Anything of note before we get going?
Boy, I tell you, today we're almost at the end of the month. In Florida, we have a deadline coming up on July 1st with the governor there, and the state legislature have passed several very regressive pieces of legislation, and one of them purports to be an immigration bill that is going to, really affect how people move around the state. And, we talked about on this program before that a lot of people have actually left. They have left the state because of out of fear of what's coming with this new anti-immigration law out of the state of Florida. So, for example, it's going to make it a felony to transport into the state of Florida a person who you know or reasonably should know enter the U.S. unlawfully and has not been inspected. So these are persons who may come across the border without having seen an immigration officer, and they're in the United States. If you transport that person into the state of Florida, you could be committing a felony. So it's so murky and vague, because what about if you're a bus driver and the bus gets stopped? And there are people on it who are undocumented who came across the border. What is your duty of knowing? Are you now going to have to ask everybody boarding the bus what is their immigration status? Who knows? Immigration is complicated enough for immigration lawyers, much less people who don't have any experience dealing with that. Another thing that it purports to do is that there are certain states that issue driver's license to the undocumented.
Yes.
But it is noted on the driver's license that the person is not lawfully present in the U.S. But those driver's licenses have been given what we call full faith and credit throughout the United States. So if you're at state X and you go to state Y, as long as you have a driver's license, you're good. Florida is saying that they're not going to recognize driver's license from states that indicate where the driver's license indicates that the person is undocumented. So those are just some of the things. So, we have people from Jamaica. I venture to say thousands of people from Jamaica and other parts of the Caribbean who are present in the United States, in Florida in particular, without any papers. Those persons are nervous, rightfully so. We encourage them to try to sort out their situation, and to also be very careful, because unfortunately, whenever immigration enforcement gets ratcheted up, so does the level of unscrupulous people who seek to take advantage of the uncertainty that is present in the community, and to purport to be the only ones who can help them to get their status. So, if you're listening, you're there, or if you have family who are there, just tell them to really seek the services of either a pro bono, meaning there are some organizations that will offer immigration services to immigrants, or to seek the services of a lawyer. Even USCIS is warning people about this higher level of preying on immigrants that's going on because of this Florida new SB 1718 is the law. So just be careful. Some of it is going to be tested, because as persons are intercepted under this law, there'll be organizations that will take the matter to court. But you don't want to be the one who is intercepted and having this uncertainty. Really a valid law. Immigration is the exclusive purview of the federal government, and I think there's been
last week, the U.S. Supreme Court handed down a decision that really ratifies that. So if someone gets picked up on this new SB 1718 Florida law, it's going to be challenged. But as I said, you don't want to be the one who's using the case to challenge. Too much uncertainty involved with that.
That's right. Hold it for a moment there, listeners. If you're just tuning in, it's Your Legal Corner with U.S. Immigration Attorney Dahlia Walker Huntington. And you're invited to call any questions, any issues that you have in relation to U.S. immigration matters. Let's remind you of the numbers: 876-922-4112-5. That's 876-922-4112-5. The WhatsApp line is the same as the text line, 876-279-8598. 876-279-8598. The email address is yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. And let's see, we have... right, so there was a message. Was it this one? As I'm renewing. All right, so here's one for you, Miss Dahlia. Good day. Do I qualify for the interview waiver as I'm renewing B1, B2 visa that expired in April 2020? That's number one. Next question. Also, I completed the application as a B2 visa. Would it be considered a new application? And this person is still not finished. Next one. Let me see. Government. Oh no, that person is going on to something else. So yeah.
So the answer, which is the famous answer that lawyers give, it depends. It's up to the U.S. Embassy whether they call you in for an interview. So the majority of persons who are applying to renew their visas will qualify for the visa waiver, the interview waiver. But if the embassy so chooses, they can bring you in. Sometimes they bring people in because of their travel pattern, or I don't know what other criteria they use if they do a random sampling to bring you in. But again, the vast majority of people do get their visa renewal is processed without them being interviewed, unless the embassy wants you to.
Right. And here's another. I am the spouse of LPR, document qualified from August 2022, used to receive an email every 60 days from NVC that they are waiting on embassy. The 60-day would have been June 10. However, I have not received any email this time. Is it a bad sign? And if it is, what can I do? Thanks much for the info.
So the spouse of LPR is lawful permanent resident green card holder. So they are the spouse of a green card holder, which means they're in the F2A category. They have rolled the availability of that visa. It used to be current. It's now rolled back to September 8th of 2020. I'm talking about July dates, because since we're so close to July, I'm just giving the July dates. So if the person's priority date is prior to September 8th of 2020, then they're just waiting on a date, an available date at the embassy for an interview. If it's after, if their priority date is say sometime in 2021 or anytime after September 8th of 2020, then they have to wait for the priority date to become current. That is to wait for a visa to become available in order to be put back in the line for an interview. So if they are in fact, their visa date is current, it's prior to September 8, 2020, and they haven't heard anything in 60 days, they can send an email to the NVC inquiry and ask them what is the status, and they will respond. So, nothing bad at this point could happen with the filing other than waiting for a visa to become available or waiting for an interview date. And so you can be documentarily qualified, meaning they have all the paperwork they need, but if a visa is not available for you, you will not be scheduled for an interview. If a visa is available, then you have to wait for an appointment slot to become available for you to be dropped into that.
Thank you very much, Ms. Delia. One moment as we go to a caller. In fact, let's take the break first and come back.
For any project, ABC Electrical Sales has all your electrical supplies at the best prices. 8 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 754-3714. The time by ABC Electrical Sales is
3:45.
You're listening to Your Legal Corner, your source of information on all matters regarding U.S. immigration. You can call in with your questions and concerns on 876-922-41125. You can send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598. Now, back to Your Legal Corner during both sides of the story on Power 106 FM.
Yes, let's go to that caller now. This is Your Legal Corner with Delia Walker Huntington, U.S. immigration lawyer, on both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, I would like to speak to Miss Delia.
Go ahead. She's listening.
Yes, my sister from about 2018, she had a U.S. 10-year visa. And they just, one day she going up and they take her out of the line and said they get information that she do a back stamp. She did not do a back stamp because she has the original stamp in her book. Now that her son ready to file for her, she's concerned that is that going to give her a problem.
Yes, it can. So they took her out the line and they canceled her visa. So what's going to happen if they have on record that she committed fraud, because that's immigration fraud, to backstamp your passport, meaning that people who do that spend time in the U.S. and when they come back to Jamaica, they get some illegal stamp that says they didn't stay as long as they actually did. Their return date is different. Yeah. That is immigration fraud. And if you are filed for permanent residence, it's going to come up. And unfortunately, when a son or daughter files for a parent, there is no waiver for that. So does she still have the passport?
Yes, she has the passport, yes.
Okay. So, you're going to have to appeal to not appeal in the sense of a formal appeal, but make a petition to the consular officer to show that this was not true. Yeah, this was not true, because if they deem that she committed immigration fraud, she's going to be inadmissible to the United States. If she's inadmissible to the United States, the next question becomes, is there a waiver of this inadmissibility? And the problem she will have is that because of who the petitioner is, there is no waiver available when a son or a daughter files for a parent. If her parent had filed for her or her spouse filed for her, then we could do a waiver. But when it's a son or a daughter filing for their parent, there is no waiver. So she's going to have to try to work that out.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
She has the original stamp in her book that time she returned. But she said that you were fingerprint.
Yeah. So this is why, unfortunately, sometimes when you're making a move, as we say in Jamaica, you can't make people know your business. You cannot let people know your business, including sometimes family, because they call the embassy, they make they tell lies just to prevent you from having an opportunity that maybe they don't have. So when you're making a move, be quiet about it. Okay. Sad lesson to learn, but be quiet about it. Okay. Mm-hmm. What would her son have to do? Well, when the son files for her, she'll get to the embassy, but she's not going to get the visa like that. If they have the embassy has it on record that she committed immigration fraud, that never goes away. That never goes away. So I would suggest that the son get in touch with an immigration lawyer. Okay, even though she has it stamped in the book. Yeah, because if they took her out the line, cancel the passport, they're going to have it on record that she didn't, so she's gonna have to fight it. Okay. She's gonna have to fight it. Okay. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
This is your legal corner during both sides of the story here on Paro 106 FM with Delia Walker Huntington, US-based immigration attorney. Here's a message. Afternoon. If my stepmother is green card holder and is in the process of becoming a citizen, can her stepdaughter apply for my green card on my own? If yes, what form? Plus, I'm married with one child aged 34.
Okay, it sounds as if stepdaughter want to know if a green card stepmother can file for her?
Yes.
Okay, so not if she's married, no. Not if she's married. And a step-parent relationship only exists for immigration purposes if the marriage that created that relationship took place before the child was 18. Step-parent relationship only exists if the marriage took place before the child was 18, and a green card holder cannot file for a married son or daughter.
All right, now we know. Thank you very much for the information, Ms. Delia. Here's another one. Good afternoon, Ms. Delia. Is it possible for me to renew my green card while here in Jamaica?
Well, you can start the process while in Jamaica, but you're going to have to be present in the U.S. in order for the biometrics, the fingerprints to take place. And you must ensure that your green card does not expire with you being outside of the country. If the green card expires with you outside of the country, then you're going to have to request a transportation letter from the U.S. Embassy. And you have to then prove to the embassy that you are returning to your domicile in the U.S. And Dervan, you and I know that a lot of people with green cards don't have any domicile in America.
True.
So they need to be careful of be careful and be conscious of the expiration dates of their green card and make sure they don't expire in Jamaica. And yes, you can start the process here, but you have to travel to the U.S. in order to be fingerprinted.
Thank you very much, Ms. Delia. And before time runs out on us, wanted to get just a quick update on how things went for the at the annual conference, the American Immigration Lawyers Association annual conference. Just hold it right there though first. Let's just take another caller, and then before time runs out, we want you to give us a quick snap review of how things ultimately turned out, especially as far as your presentation is concerned. So let's go to the phone lines. This is your legal corner with U.S. immigration attorney Delia Walker Huntington here on both sides of the story. Right. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Well, mine is part of it is answered already. I'm a holder of a green card.
Mm-hmm.
The problem I face now is that I've been out here and my card has expired. The reason
How long have you been out of the U.S.?
I've been out here since February 2019.
February 2019?
Yeah.
Okay, so
my
anybody
green
who's...
card expires at the end of 2019, but with the pandemic and all kinds of things, I could not get back to the U.S. because I'm over 71 1, so I had a restriction on movement. 2, the embassy was closed. And 3, I couldn't get a flight out. Neither was I vaccinated. When I got onto the embassy, they said I was out over a year, and because of that, I had given up my residency, which I know once you're out. But based on the circumstances, I had no choice. Because I just could not go back, I couldn't do anything. So I need to know now, what is the recourse?
Okay, so when you're out for over a year, you have to file to return as a returning resident. That's a separate process than filing for a transportation letter. Yeah. The returning resident process also requires you to show that you are returning to your unrelinquished domicile in the United States. So you have to provide evidence of your domicile in the U.S. and why you were in Jamaica for so long.
I just said why I was in so long. The reason I was because I couldn't do otherwise.
Yeah, well, you could because the gates to the U.S. have been open for a long time, for more than a year, for about 2 years now. And what you would have been required to do is probably get vaccinated, which they will see that as you choosing not to.
No, I did get vaccinated. Mm-hmm. I did get vaccinated,
So if you're vaccinated, then you had, more than 2 years now, you could have something to return.
No,
so
because you see what happened is that after I got vaccinated and I went to the airline, because on the website it said if you have a green card that is expired with the 10-year stipulation, you just need to board the flight. No airline would take me. Right? So it's not that I hadn't gotten vaccinated. I got vaccinated, but when I got vaccinated, there was no flight. After that,
then that's the airline's issue. You'd have to provide evidence. Everything is fact specific, sir. So if you were my client, we'd have to sit down and go item by item and try to provide the evidence to the embassy that you were denied boarding when you should have been able to, and you're going to have to provide evidence of
well, I have all of that. I have my tickets, and I have them. 2 different airlines where they prevent me from boarding. And I'm wondering now if I couldn't apply for a visitor's visa and forget the permanent residence. I'm 75 years old now. I don't plan to live in the States again.
You certainly can surrender the green card, officially surrender it, although in theory you've abandoned your residency. You can surrender the card and you can apply for a visa. But there's no guarantee that you will get the visa. One would think it would be automatic that you show them you don't want to live there, you just want a visa, that they would give it to you, but it is not automatic. So that's a decision that you would have to make, whether you want to file to go back as a returning residency and keep up the green card, or you want to surrender the card officially and apply for a visa. That's a choice you would have to make. But there is that option.
Well, all right. Okay. What is it? Does it make sense to come and see you to sort it out?
We can certainly assist you with surrendering the card or with filing to return as a returning resident, depending on which one you want to do. So I will give my number out at the end of the program in about 2 minutes, and you can contact the office to schedule a consult.
Okay, my dear.
All right, take care.
All right, just about getting ready to wrap up today's edition of Your Legal Corner. Another message, Ms. Dahlia. Good evening.
Yes.
Can a green card holder file, I think this person means, for anyone?
A green card holder can file for their spouse. So if you're married, you can file for your husband or wife. You can also file for your minor children. That's spouse and minor children are in one category. Minor meaning under 21, and you can file for your children, your sons or daughters over 21, because once you get to be 21, immigration classifies you as son or daughter. The son or daughter just cannot be married. A green card holder cannot file for a married son or daughter. You can only file for an unmarried son or daughter. Doesn't matter how old they are. They're in a separate category. It will take longer, but they can file for their adult children, adult son or daughter, and their minor children and their spouse.
Well, at this rate, we just have time for you to remind our listeners of the contact information for those who'd like to have follow up conversations.
Sure.
Yes.
To reach us in the U.S., 954-963-8555, 954-963-8555, and we do practice immigration law anywhere in the United States. In Jamaica, you can call 969-9666, 969-9666, or 925-0949, 925-0949 to reach us in Jamaica. Thanks, Dervan. We'll catch up next week.
Definitely. Looking forward to that. Thank you, as usual, for your work. All the best.
Yes, my pleasure.
Take care. Bye bye. Delia Walker Huntington, US based immigration attorney, principal of the law offices of Delia A. Walker, PA, in Hollywood, Florida. She practices in the areas of immigration, family, international, criminal, and personal injury law. She's also a family law and county court mediator, arbitrator, and diversity and inclusion consultant. And that ends this week's edition of Your Legal Corner during both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM.
You've just listened to Your Legal Corner, your source of information for all matters regarding U.S. immigration. Join us next Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner during both sides of the story, right here on Power 106 FM. At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4:01 on Power 106.
Are roads a major concern? What about those drains that are in need of repair or cleaning? Who's responsible for repairing my road, and when will it be done? Join us this and every Tuesday morning at 8 during morning as we travel on our roads with the National Works Agency and get answers to these and other concerns. You're welcome to visit their website at www.nwa.gov.jm. See the tender notices link for projects to be undertaken. You may also call them toll-free at 1-888-429-5NWA. That's 1-888-429-5692, or follow them on Twitter at NWA_JA and Facebook at www.facebook.com/NWA Jamaica. The National Works Agency, developing safe, reliable, and quality roads. Say you feel wrong, there's a picture man roll. Only for hunger for the beat on the shore. And you need some food as I was saying. Look at Jack. Please don't release the way coming down the bay. In the fisherman style. In those wine. Oh, it's a roll. Keep on rolling and rolling. Say you're for all, it's a fisherman roll. It's a fisherman
Still observing International Fishermen's Day on this, the 29th and penultimate day of the month of June 2023. This is both sides of the story of XFM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and it's time for the Homewood Past Students Association, because it's going to be celebrating tomorrow, the 30th and final day in June, as Homewood Day. So hello, good afternoon to all Homewood Technical High School students and stakeholders in general. We wish you all the very best, and we're looking forward to celebrating with you tomorrow when we join you on the campus there in Christiana, Manchester. Looking forward to that. And we will hear more on that score. In the meantime, let's continue. more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, and spread the word. Those in and around Homewood Technical High School in Christiana, Manchester, Both Sides of the Story with yours truly, Dervan Malcolm, will be coming your way tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5, right here on Paro 106 FM. Looking forward to seeing you and learning more about Homewood Technical. We have done broadcasts from, I can clearly remember at least one we have done at Homewood High School before. So we're looking forward to returning and taking note of the changes or lack thereof. We'll see. Derek Morgan says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Philly in the house. Welcome, Derek Morgan from Philadelphia in the state of Pennsylvania. Good to have you join us. Thank you very much for staying in touch with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Oro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. Apologies to all Homewood Technical High School family members. Apologies that we haven't been able to connect with the past student who is supposed to be connecting with us, who is supposed to be speaking with us ahead of tomorrow's Homewood Day. And we're still hoping to connect with her. That's Berletta. That's Berletta Forrester. Berletta Forrester. Trying to reach you, not connecting. If you're hearing us, or if anyone knowing Berletta Forrester, I beg your pardon, if anyone knowing Berletta Forrester is listening, you could let her know that we are ready for her interview ahead of tomorrow's grand celebration of Homewood Day. So hello to all Homewood Technical High School past students. I just love these school mottos. From time to time we share with you the mottos that we find to be to hit the mark, mottos that hit the mark. So for example, the motto for Homewood Technical High School is pretty straightforward. Deeds, not words. Deeds, not words. Put another way, action, not a bag of mouth. The Homewood Technical High School motto, deeds, not words. And we look forward to engaging members of the Homewood Technical High School family as they celebrate Homewood Day tomorrow. Looking forward to that. In the meantime, we continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, and taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And for those who just love the university singers, or you just love music, stand by, because we're going to be giving you a preview of the University Singers Concert Season 2023. It's the final weekend. You don't want this season to end before you get the opportunity to experience the University Singers in concert. It's a final weekend, coming down to the final weekend. And you don't want to miss what's in store. So stand by. Andre Bernard will tell us more about the University Singers Concert Season 2023 as we get closer to the final weekend. So stand by for that as well. In the meantime, we still look forward to connecting with Berletta Forrester or any other designated representative. We have her now? Oh. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. All right. So let's say good afternoon and welcome to the president of the Homewood Past Students Association, Berletta Forrester. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Hold on. Just a moment. No, I'm sorry. I'm not seeing that. Just a moment. Sorry about that. Let me check this other device. Okay. Now we're seeing what we should have been seeing, but didn't see. All right. Sorry about that. So we're going to be speaking with Berletta Henlon Lee. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Dervan. I'm getting a feedback. I'm not sure what's happening.
Do you have a radio on somewhere?
No, I don't. I'm here from my car.
Well, perhaps it's just that you're resonating quite well.
Well, okay, that sounds good. It's a little disturbing.
Really?
An echo.
All right, hold the line. We will call you straight and you shouldn't have that problem. One moment, please. So we're going to be speaking with Berletta Henlon Lee. She is Homewood Past Students Association president, and she will give us a preview of tomorrow's Homewood Day in Christiana, Manchester. That's a good place to be. Wonder what the temperature is like these days. Christiana can be quite cold because of the position, the geographical positioning of that general community, that area. So it tends to be quite cool, and some might even say quite cold, but we'll go with cool for the time being. Right, so we're standing by, and let's see. Standing by to join Berletta Henlon Lee, the Homewood Past Students Association president, to give us a preview of tomorrow's celebrations in Christiana, Manchester, to mark Homewood Day. So that's where it's at right now. A couple of minutes to go to the break. And we thank our other guests who are waiting in the wings for their patience. So let's get this show on the road. Berletta Henlon Lee, once again, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And we're looking forward to Homewood Day.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Dervan. It's my pleasure to be here speaking on behalf of Homewood Past Students Association.
And what are we looking at? What are the expectations? What are the plans to celebrate tomorrow in a big way?
All right, so it is our homecoming reunion celebration, which is a highly anticipated event among Homewood Past students, particularly those who are coming from overseas. And a highlight of homecoming is Homewood Day, when we go back to where it all began, to our alma mater, Homewood Technical High School in the hills of Christiana. And we have a series of activities that we will be undertaking tomorrow on the school campus.
Who is invited? What time do you start?
So we start at 12 noon.
Mm-hmm.
All Homewood Park students are invited. All Homewood teachers present and past are invited. And all members of the board of directors of Homewood are invited as well. We do have some friends, some sponsors who will be there. And of course, I fully expect that you will be there.
Well, we can't wait. We're looking forward. We're already on the website and trying to soak up the atmosphere just by looking at these green, very green trees and the building, the green rooftop, and the what's that color now? A sort of yellow,
Maroon and gold.
maroon and gold. Let's not forget that, of course. Mm-hmm. So we're definitely looking forward to be on the school being on the school compound tomorrow. So are there members of past students of the institution who are flying into Jamaica this weekend?
Yes, that's correct. We have past students flying in from the various chapters in the United States, several states in the U.S., and also from Toronto. And apart from chapter members, we just have Homewood Park students who are coming from everywhere.
One moment, please. We'll give you some more time after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
16 minutes past 4 o'clock.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Want new wheels? Massive Used Parts and Car Sales is an authorized dealer for used Japanese engines and body parts for a wide range of motor vehicles. Located at 158 Main Street, Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Massive Used Parts and Car Sales, giving you quality parts at affordable prices. 876-298-6413 and 876-974-7197.
Well, let me know, say it from out the sea. Other cattle coming safely.
So today is International Fishermen's Day, hence our selection. Tomorrow is Homewood Day. I wonder if Homewood has a song lined up. Let's find out from... Yes. Yes, I'm sure. And lots of fun and games, basically, past students versus present students, that kind of activity.
Yes, so we will be interacting with the students. That was a great opportunity for us to engage with them, to share with them, reminiscing on our own experiences at school and how those have shaped us into what we have become today. We'll also be having some games, so we have a little fun with them. And after the student interaction, we will be having our meet and greet event for all past students and the teachers and principal and board members, etc. Where we will really just have a lot of fun meeting up our friends that some of us have not seen in decades.
Is that necessarily a formal function?
It is not formal at all. It is a let on your hair, have a great time function. But homecoming continues on Saturday, where we'll have our general meeting on Saturday morning, 9:30 at Perfect Place. So we take the activity to Kingston. And we will have breakfast together at 9 o'clock. So past students come early, let's have breakfast, and then we start the 9:30. And then on Saturday night, Dervan, at 7 p.m., we have our big fundraising party at Curfew Place. And I know I can do this because our ads are all over 416.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be quite something, I'm sure.
Yes.
And so that's Saturday. Is that it, or do you have something else on Sunday?
Well, on Sunday, we have reserved for that group activities because various groups usually take the opportunity of homecoming to have their own small group gatherings.
Yes.
So I know some groups will be meeting on Sunday, and some are going into Monday and even Tuesday because the people out of the U.S. will have Thanksgiving holiday anyway.
Yes. And for those who would like to perhaps those who would want to in particular to 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 be a part of the experience, does it matter if they really and truly attended Homewood Technical High School?
Oh, not at all. For our main event, which is the fundraising party on Saturday night at Carpet Place, it's open to everyone. It is a fundraiser, so we have tickets on sale, and we'll also have tickets available at the gate. Tickets are $5,000, and that includes the dinner. And we'll have a lot of fun and a lot of giveaways on that night. So we invite you to come out. You can reach out to the Homewood Pass students. We have an ad with the numbers, and you can also email us at homewoodpsa@gmail.com.
Homewoodpsa dot
No,
homewoodpsa at gmail.com.
That's our email address.
Right. And I would imagine you perhaps on the evening of Saturday evening, that you will necessarily have paraphernalia from Homewood branded items, perhaps. Is that a part of the experience?
Yes, indeed. That is always a highly anticipated bit of homecoming and reunion, especially for the overseas students. So we will have Homewood Pass Students Association branded merchandise on sale at all the gatherings, both at Homewood tomorrow and at Perfect Place on Saturday.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to being on the school compound starting at I think midday. I think your the activities start at midday.
Yes, we start at noon tomorrow. Feel free to come early, and I know a lot of students are planning to come early.
Yes.
Because a big part of the excitement is just to walk around the school and just soak in all the memories and so on. So I'll be there from about 10 o'clock, and I know other students will be early, but we start off formally at 12 noon, and we have a whole bunch of events, and we have the engagement, of course, with your outside broadcast, and we look forward to engaging with the students, building out our relationships, engaging with the teachers, and of course getting updates from the principal and so on. And most importantly, we wrap things up in the evening with that great meet and greet gathering for all past students.
Oh, very good. Well, we look forward to capturing the moments on the campus, the Homewood Technical High School campus in Christiana, Manchester. We can't wait to experience homecoming, Homewood High homecoming. Yes, indeed. We're definitely looking forward. And we want, sorry, go ahead.
If I may, I just want to thank all our sponsors.
Yes. No need to apologize for that. That's very important. We're happy to give you the opportunity to say a big thank you to the sponsors.
Absolutely. We thank the sponsors very much, and we'll be thanking them over and over tomorrow. But I want to sing out H&L. I want to sing out Campbell's Office Supplies, Ramsey's Car Parts, F&B, and I'm going to be in trouble now because I'm driving and I don't have it in front of me. But thanks all the sponsors and all the past students who have generously made donations of their time or other resources. And finally, I want to say, Dervan, that for further information and for tickets for the party, they can reach out to Mark Ramsey at 876-362-0352.
And that number once again?
876-362-0352.
All right. We've got the number. And we, yes.
As well, homewoodpsa@gmail.com.
HOLMWOODPSA at gmail.com. Got you. All right. Looking forward. Definitely. Go ahead.
Yes, indeed. Yes, we are looking forward to welcoming everybody to Cool Christiana tomorrow. One of the features of Homewood on the Hill is cool fans. And in all the heat that we're experiencing in Kingston and elsewhere, that's another reason why we're looking forward to journey for Alma Mater tomorrow.
Yes, I'm sure it's going to be great. Wonderful. Thank you so much for... Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, I noticed. But I just want to acknowledge our principal, Mr. Hajar Makulski, and his team who are hosting us tomorrow. And the Parents Association is very grateful to him and for the excellent relationship that we enjoy with the school and the leadership there.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anything else? Speak now.
It's my pleasure. I think I've taken up a lot of your time. But just saying to our global party and come out. Just turn up. Turn up tomorrow. Turn up on Saturday. All the information is on our website, homewoodpsa.org. That's www.homewoodpsa.org.
Okay.
And all the information. Every single detail about every single event is there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the work you continue to do for your alma mater at home and abroad. As we said, we feel humbled and honored to have been invited to be a part of the experience tomorrow at Homewood and celebrating Homewood Day, Homewood Homecoming. We're looking forward to that. So we are going to be right. So we'll wrap it here for the time being until all things being well. We catch up with you and the other past students on the Christiana campus of the school tomorrow.
Thank you so much. We look forward.
Definitely. Thanks a lot. All the best. Take care. That was Berletta Henlon Lee speaking with us. She's president of the Homewood Past Students Association, giving us a preview of Homewood Day celebrations tomorrow in Christiana, Manchester. Spread the word all over Manchester and all the other adjoining parishes. Spread the word. Homewood Technical High School is where it's at tomorrow from midday onwards. And all things being well, we look forward to being there from 2 to 5 right here on both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM. And we did hear the representative, the gentleman who is the chief advisor and strategist with respect to tourism, Delano Sivrite, talking about was it a 30 expecting a 30% 30% increase in in the numbers, the number of people, a lot of them Jamaicans from the diaspora who are flying home during this time. So there's a lot more to come, and we're happy to be a part of the celebrations at Homewood uh, as we mark Homewood Day tomorrow. And remember the other events, the Saturday evening dinner, and Sunday an opportunity for different groups and year groups and other such cohorts to go out and have some fun together and reminisce. What a thing. Sounds like fun. And we're happy to be a part of it.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
both sides of a story.
As part of the Homewood Past Students Association's Homecoming Reunion 2023, this Friday, June 30, will be observed as Homewood Day. Join Power 106 FM from 2 to 5 p.m. for an outside broadcast of both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on the grounds of Homewood Technical High School in Manchester for coverage of Homewood Day. This broadcast is brought to you by the Homewood Past Students Association, VW Investments, Atmore Funeral Home, Ramsey's Auto Parts Limited, Campbell's Office Supplies, Sips Water Company, Relexo Enterprises Limited, and FB Food Supplies. That's a live broadcast of both sides of the story this Friday, June 30, from Homewood Day, only on Power 106 FM.
It's the Trackback Boston Church Celebration. Sunday, July 9, Boston Beach, Portland. Gates open at 9 a.m. featuring Lost, Kukudu, Fab 5, Dr. Beanie Man. Endorsed by the Jamaica Tourist Board. Tourism announcement for the OutVacation.com Recycling Partners of Jamaica, RGI Gleaner Communications Group. Tickets available at
Hello, good afternoon.
Gina's Pharmacy, Portmore, Total Manor Park, Albury, Ochoas,
Struggling to hear you. Let me see if I can turn this up. Go ahead, please.
Service Station, Port Antonio, Trackback, Tonic Wine, Boston,
Fine, thanks. And you? Let's continue to be safe. It's going to be a busy, well, it has already started out as a busy summer in terms of events, and you've been hearing the promos and the advertisements. You see the billboards all over Jamaica. Jamaica is like the entertainment capital of not just the Caribbean, the rest of this region, the Western Hemisphere, possibly of the world. Can't think of any other group of people who party as much as we do and have fun. But we trust and hope that everything and pray that everything will go according to plan and everybody will be safe. Let's continue now with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Speaking of events, the University Singers presenting their concert season. It's the final weekend, and Andre Bernard is going to tell us all about it. Andre Bernard is former president of the University Singers. Mr. Bernard, how are you?
Doing well, Dervan. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Fine, thanks. Good to have you on board. Both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. And we are ready to hear how things have been going so far this season, this concert season 2023 for the University Singers. How's it going?
It has been a phenomenal run. You know, I noticed that you just mentioned that Jamaica is the entertainment capital, possibly of the world.
Yeah.
And one of the most beautiful things about that is the diversity of entertainment that we have, and the University Singers presentation is certainly one of those that I guarantee that even the partygoers won't want to miss. It is a wonderful show that features the choir in a way that Michael Record, one of the reviewers for the show, said is bigger, bolder, and brighter than ever before. So you're getting a choral presentation that's not just a group of people singing, you're getting acting, you're getting dancing, you're getting variety and different genres of music, and you're getting it at the very highest quality when you come to the University Singers experience. It's not just a show, it's an experience. So it has been going well so far, and we are only too happy to share the word and spread the word with people, inviting them to catch what's left of the run, because as you said, it's the last weekend.
Indeed, it is. And for those who don't have the information in front of them right now, let's give them an idea of the show dates and times to come this weekend.
Okay, so let's start with the dates and times. So Friday, we have one show at 7:30. On Saturday, there are two shows, one at 5 p.m., one at 8 p.m. And on Sunday is our gala performance, and that is at 5 p.m. And all the information for the shows can be found on our social media pages. Can I mention those?
Sure, by all means.
Right. So let's start first with Instagram. Instagram is at US Mona. That's at US Mona. On Facebook, it's at the US Singers Mona. And if you prefer to make a call, you can contact us at 236-5285. And the ticket prices for Friday it's $2,500, for Saturday it's $3,000, and for the gala performance it's $4,000. And so certainly one of the things we wanted to make sure is that they're reasonable so that people can access the shows.
Right. And what can you tell us about the general response, reaction, atmosphere once the curtain goes up, in a manner of speaking, and the university singers get going?
Well, let me start with something that someone told me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
So I invited her to the show, and she said to me, Andre, you know, when you invited me to the show, I thought I was just going to come and just watch the choir sing. I mean, you know, it's the University Singers, you're a choir, people stand up and sing. She said, I was not prepared for the costuming. I was not prepared for the acting. I wasn't prepared for the dramatization, for the beautiful lighting, and for the engagement. She said, I was locked in for the entire time. When you move from song to song and genre to genre, from the classical to the African, to the pop, to the folk, to the reggae, to the Afrobeat, which is an interesting addition to this year's show. And it's the first time that we're doing music from this genre as well. She said, I wasn't prepared for it. And so I really couldn't take my eyes off the stage. So, and my word, that, you know, because it's all well and good for me to come on Power 106 and talk about how wonderful the show is. But if you want to hear it from the perspective of someone who, by the way, was seeing the University Singers for the first time, she had no clue what we were about. She really just came because she knows me.
Yes.
And then she was absolutely just sort of blown away. And I guarantee you that the same thing will happen to the people who decide to bless themselves with the experience of sharing with us this weekend, either Friday at 7:30, Saturday either at 5 or at 8, and on Sunday for the gala performance at 5. And might I mention that Saturday at 5 is a very special show because one of our singers, who is a law student, it is a benefit for him, and so the proceeds are going to be going towards the payment of his tuition.
No, that is priceless. Priceless choice, priceless decision.
Right. And so, you know, that one is at 5, and we because of the cause, yes, and also as singer himself, so you'll be treated to performances from him, right? You know, well, at least one.
Yes.
Not to tell you too much about the show.
Yes.
So, you know, because of that, we really want to single out that. But all of the shows are going to be wonderful. And can I tell you, we enjoy sharing it with you. I was talking to someone today, the director of student services here at UWI Jason McKenzie, and he said to me, Andre, I saw the show last week and it was like a Broadway musical.
After all.
After they know more than we, Dervan.
Exactly.
It's just to give you an idea of the kind of thing that you're going to experience. It's not just a group of people singing, and might I say, no one does it like the university singers.
Yes.
No one.
Yes.
Not in Jamaica, not anywhere else in the world. I'm a PhD student studying in Hong Kong right now. Well, obviously not right now,
Yes.
but I'm in my second year and I'm here for research. And I've seen things there and in other places, and it cannot compare to the kind of product that we offer. So other people's words, my own experience, I hope some people will at least consider sharing some time with us this weekend. We're certainly waiting to do the same with you.
Definitely looking to the university singers for to close out on a high for this 2023 concert season.
Right.
And that's it's from what we've heard. I mean, we haven't been able to go just yet, but hey, we still have a couple days, and we'll try to get into one of those.
Yes, Dervan, I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Yes.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes, and that's horrible. That's horrible. Yes, don't allow 2023 to be the same as the years before. I mean, because of the COVID, because of the pandemic, we obviously had to sort of put a pause on things. But I'm telling you, this season is making up for all of those that we missed, and I can guarantee you that it's an experience that you're going to enjoy. It's a wonderful way to spend your weekend.
Indeed it is. So listeners, tomorrow, Friday the 30th of June, 7:30 in the evening.
Yes.
Shall we give them the locations as well?
Absolutely. And how did I forget that? It's at the Philip Sherlock Center for the Creative Arts,
right,
at the University of the West Indies, Mona Campus. So again, it's this Friday, 7:30 p.m. at Philip Sherlock Center. This Saturday at 5 and 8, one show at 5 p.m. That's the benefit for the singer who I mentioned before.
Yes.
And 8 p.m. and Sunday, July 2 at 5 p.m. is our gala performance. And remember, you can check us on Facebook at the UWI Singers Mona, and on Instagram at UWI Singers Mona. And just in case you prefer to call, it is 236-5285. That's 236-5285.
Well, we want to once again thank you and the team for continuing to keep the legacy of the university singers alive and well. And yes, indeed. And we want to encourage as many of us as possible who can turn out tomorrow, Friday the 30th, 7:30 in the evening. Saturday the 1st, 2 shows, one at 5 p.m. and the other at 8 p.m. And then on Sunday, 1 show at 5 p.m. And that's the final show with gala reception after the performance.
Yes, and we get to interact with the audience, which is one of the highlights for us.
Yes.
You know, because after most shows, we are backstage talking about how to improve the show, right? And the things that we can work on. So for the gala performance, we are looking forward to interacting with our audience. And I mean, it's only $4,000. If you ask me, that's almost free.
Yes.
For the gala performance that you're going to get.
Exactly. Quality all round. Thank you so much, and all the very best. And we look forward to continuing growth and success as far as the university singers are concerned.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Dervan.
It's been a pleasure. All the best. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. That's Andre Bernard, past president of the university singers, giving us all the information we need about the concert season, the final weekend. Those who have been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, Can't put it off anymore. It ends this weekend. So go on out and get your tickets. Go online, go to Instagram and the other social media platforms, Yui Singers Mona, and get additional information and go out and have a grand time with the university singers. How about that? Let's get ready to take a break and come back to wrap today's edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I think I'm going to pause the song for a moment because it's making me hungry. Because all of a sudden now I'm contemplating some steamed fish with okra and crackers or cassava, uh, etc. etc. The bami. All right, so I won't say anything else about it being International Fisherman's Day. I'm hungry now. We'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
both sides of the story. As part of the Homewood Pass Students Association's Homecoming Reunion 2023, this Friday, June 30, will be observed as Homewood Day. Join Power 106 FM from 2 to 5 p.m. for an outside broadcast of both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on the grounds of Homewood Technical High School in Manchester for coverage of Homewood Day. This broadcast is brought to you by the Homewood Past Students Association, VW Investments, Atmore Funeral Home, Ramsey's Auto Parts Limited, Campbell's Office Supplies, Sips Water Company, Relexo Enterprises Limited, and FB Food Supplies. That's a live broadcast of both sides of the story this Friday, June 30, from Homewood Day, only on Power 106 FM. When I see the Japanese want some sushi, family could bring in some booty. So you're for Rome is a fisherman, I make you go in them roads.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 13. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4 et les 5 heures moins 13. 现在，TDN了5点cha shi san fen. 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? And to the youngsters, have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Well, all right, we know you're almost there, really deep into the end of year period right now. And I would imagine you're looking forward to having lots of fun with family, friends, neighbors. We humbly ask that you be safe in all that you do. Safety first. We want you to be back at school in one piece. And so we encourage you to be safe in all you do as you take on the vagaries of summer here in Jamaica. And there's a lot going on already and a lot more to come. So, young people, we know you're going to get a break from the books, but don't be too far away and too long. Don't take too long to get back to the books. And those who can afford to get the books early, parents and guardians who can get the books early, that's a good thing, because then your ward, your charges, your children will benefit, assuming that they start, once they get the books, they start going through them to have an idea of what is to come. And remember to go in groups to when you're shopping for back to school items. You can maybe get some more discounts if you shop in groups. And those who can sew, who can really, really sew, but perhaps have not, maybe you do have a summer job, or not a summer job in this case, but some other means of revenue, generating revenue. You might want to consider get your services in making uniforms, manufacturing uniforms as well. There are many, many opportunities. Right. So, you know what we always say though, even when school is out, homework is always in, because homework is about preparation, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And as we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable, education makes you trainable, training makes you employable, and the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. And parents and guardians, do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more here on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5. This person says, good afternoon, Brother Malcolm. Lovely program as usual. Patrick, thank you very much, Patrick, for your message, and all the very best. Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida says, going to my hometown tomorrow, Sir D. Hope the doc will get to see you. Hope so too, Mas Albert. Hope so. Thank you very much. Speaking of her, speaking of the lady, notice what I said. Speaking of the lady, and she just appeared on our screen. Isn't that something? We're talking about Dr. Rosemary Adamson Lewis, a professor in her own right. And she's greeting us. She says, greetings, Sir D. Happy to be on the rock again. Hear you bigging up my high school, Homewood Technical. Blessings. Blessings to you too, Dr. Rose Marie Adamson Lewis. And let's see. Also still with us, we have Natalie Winter from Washington Gardens. She says, see you, Dervan. See you tomorrow. Wonderful show, Dervan. Wonderful interview about university singers, a part of Jamaica cultural legacy. Remember to shop early for school supplies. The prices are fairly reasonable, says Natalie Winter. Prices are fairly reasonable at this time, and don't wait until the last minute rush. Buy tomorrow all, says Natalie Winter. Thank you very much, Natalie Winter. Derek Morgan says, Mr. D, we love your passion for your show. Enough respect. Enough respect to you too, Derek Morgan. Thank you very much for your kind comments, and all the very best. We want to thank the members of the diaspora and those of us who are here on the Rock for being a part of today's official launch of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council. The launch took place in Kingston Hall in the Hugh Shearer Building, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. And we were connected to those right across the globe. And we want to thank the Jamaicans in the diaspora for their continued love and support of this blessed country of ours. Here's Sean trying to get in touch with us once again, trying to connect. We know he's been having phone problems. Let's see if those problems have been fixed. Sean, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hi, good afternoon, Uncle Dervan. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm great so far. You know something, let me tell you something. The thing that you always say on your program that says socialization makes you educated, I just say all of it a while now.
Good. That's good to know.
Please don't say that I am trying to see you. Don't say that I'm not doing that.
What's that?
Please don't try to say that I am trying to see your job. Don't say that I'm not doing that. I will never say something like that.
Oh, that's a joke. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. How you doing? How's your day going so far?
I'm fine, thanks. I really think you should try and get this phone fixed once and for all, though.
The phone is fixed. You guys are hearing me loud and clear now?
It's a little faint.
Yeah, it's a little faint.
Yeah, still needs some work. We can hear most of what you're saying, but still needs some work.
Yeah, hold on before you go. One question. Why does things are very expensive in Jamaica, like furniture and those stuff? Why things are so?
All right, couple of things. First up, remember furniture does not take an S. You hear? It's so you refer to it as furniture. It's always furniture. You can refer to it as an item of furniture, a piece of furniture, etc. But furniture doesn't take an S. It's like sheep, SHEEP, one sheep, two sheep, four sheep, five sheep, sheep. Just thought I'd use a teachable moment there. Yes.
Yeah, but it's not all the time we are going to have money to buy such a thing. It's not all the time we are going to afford it.
Yeah, well, the key thing is not to put your hat where you can't reach it. The key thing is to search yourself, search your soul. What are your talents? What are the opportunities that are around you? How can you monetize your talents and the opportunities and the resources that you have? We have to be nimble on our feet. Nobody owes us anything, so we have to make it. We have to make life.
Yeah. Thank you guys for telling me that. I don't feel you guys. I respect that. I don't have
All right, the audio is going again. We're gonna have to leave it there, Sean. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for the call, albeit a little short, but so it is. We have to wrap as well. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Thursday, the 29th of June, 2023. The moving finger writes, and having writ, moves on. Nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5, live from Homewood Technical High School in Christiana, Manchester. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
man loves some Steve Snapper. While my friend loves some Steve Wedgeman. Whoa, Miss a fisherman, a woman from England. Yeah. So you can roll, Miss a fisherman, roll. Uncle Belly making it out the show. I'm bringing them the picture, Miss a fisherman, I beg you bring them in. Come in, fisherman, I said you roll, Miss a fisherman, roll. Pull it for Uncle Belly making it out the show. So bringing them the picture, Miss a fisherman, I bring them in, as I was saying. Say that if a fish would keep his mouth shut, he would never get caught. Yeah. But I wish I would have keep his mouth shut, he would never get caught. Yeah, you know. But I see the Japanese want some sushi. Feel me like a bringing in some booty. So you for roll is a fisherman, I beg you go in them roads. Yeah, you know.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
news, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's news at 5.
Bye.
Good afternoon, I am Dervan Gordon. Coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines today, Thursday, June 29.